So if you look at the trial, there's, so much thing is going on. Because the policeman who testified against George Floyd, he got fired. I don't know that the police department is so corrupted. I think FBI has to investigate it. Can you believe it? If you testify against some criminal, you're gonna get fired. How you living in this world? How I can live in this world because I'm not the policeman and I'm not related to the policeman, but I'm telling all the policemen in the United States, you have to wake up. You have to wake up. And then if you're afraid of getting fired to, raising the voice over this, innocent policeman, use your parents, children, everybody, friend and colleague, everybody. Ask them to help. I made those signs to save the policeman sign, and then I put some Chinese character. The meaning is, if you don't help yourself, nobody will gonna help you. Who's gonna help you if you don't help yourself? I stopped by a couple of police stations. I gave those name cards, Save the Police. They looks like appreciated, but they showing me they cannot talk about it because there's too much pressure from above, all those administration, I think one of the episodes I fired the police commissioner in the Minneapolis because he's on my tax money. But whatever, how come he's gonna fire the policeman who testify against the criminal? What's going on? They just wanna filtering out only for the against the policeman. That's how they are doing it. That's the trial. And then what happened? He got guilty. And then all the count, they gave him the guilty. And then what happened after that? The people, they all ducked down. They just want to move on. I don't think we can move on. It's only 1 year. We still have a chance to revoke the verdict. And then you have to get the refund, We have to protect the people from this criminal. So what happened after that? Not a couple of days ago, one of the in the train while they, moving, this black man, raped the woman, and then nobody called the police. Nobody interrupt the rape. That's how it's happening now. All the crime rate high. It's the same thing 30 years ago. Not because of the black people, but because the police department, their standing is down. So much low now. Who cares about the policeman now? How you're gonna live like that? You have to wake up. It's not about the George Floyd case. I don't think George Floyd knows what's going on either. He got the total victim too. I'm sorry he died, but if he didn't resist arrest, he doesn't have to die. But actually, it starts from the Eric Gardner in Brooklyn. He said about I cannot breathe and died. Since he did, and then they pay off millions of dollars to him, his family, or the criminal who encountering the police, the first word they are saying is, I cannot breathe. Even though they're walking around, they're still saying, I cannot breathe. That's the first word since Eric Garner. I think George Floyd, he thinks he can get away from the whatever he did. He used the counterfeit money. Where is that crime goes? The crime died with the criminal died. The FBI, they should chasing down where he get the fake, counterfeit bill. Did they chase down, who made the counterfeit, that money? Nothing. They just focusing about this policeman, innocent policeman. I think this innocent policeman doesn't know what's going on either. He got so used. He got played. This political power. I don't know what is his education level. Maybe he came out maybe community college or some college. I don't think he has really outstanding the scholastic things. That's why he did the policeman in 10 years, right? In the frontier first response, right? So he doesn't know what's going on in his life. His life is got in such a chaos because this political power, they want to use him to gain back the presidential president power something. And also the black people, you have to listen carefully. There's a lot of good black people who are working so hard, who is very honest, and who is outstanding citizen, right? They build up the trust so much with this since the 30 years ago after the LA riot. They even have the movie about the crash. It has a lot of nomination if you are interested, try it. It's all misunderstanding. They know that. A lot of the black people, they know that. A lot of black people, they didn't back up the Black Lives Matter. It's only media. It's keep forcing and shove up to the people to believe in. So media is really bad. Actually, the media is more bad than the political power people. Because media people, what they are following, I don't know what they are following. They're following some Pulitzer award, like some kind of report award or money. That's a, state of, the media right now. And then actually they're dying because a lot of people, they don't watch the TV anymore. They go to the YouTube and then, there's a lot of, fake news, real news, they are fighting. But whenever you go to the YouTube, it's very simple. If you get into it, you watch it. If you're not getting into it, you don't watch. And also, the video, the YouTube like mine, I told you in the previously, for mine is more like 50, 60, 70 years old people because young people, they don't understand. So I don't expecting so many people is watching me. But I made it this, whole 10 episode for the Save the Policeman. At least the police department and policemen out there, they should watch me and then find out what's going on in their life. Especially the policeman, this innocent policeman who is in the jail now. I don't know he got out of jail or he made a deal or whatever. He has to watch my video. And he has to know why George Floyd died and why he's in the situation like that. Because this political game and the bad media. And then one more thing, the people dug down. People dug down. Oh, this point, I'd like to show you one more thing I didn't say about the position, episode 2. I showed the position about the face up and face down position. Okay, you're in the fight in the gunfight, whatever, bomb is going on. What do people do? The people dug down like this way, right? That's the way you're gonna duck down because that's the safe position. Okay, so I just want to say it. And then going back about how the people duck down, let me tell you about these people. You know, the angry crowd, I don't think they're really bad because they don't know, you know. They saw something and then they got angry. That's all. That's all. They don't know anything about all those stories. They saw just one picture. They got so upset and they just act, right? Very superficial people, angry crowd. So I don't really, you know, hate the angry crowd. But I hate the people who duck down. The people who knows this policeman is innocent, they duck down. Everybody I talk, they all saying they know this policeman is innocent. Everybody say that. But nowadays they said, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. That's their attitude. Anyway, they have their life, you know, going on. So I cannot blame them that much, but at least they can say something out there. But they're so afraid about the, you know, those LA riot and then, you know, Black Lives Matter riot. Why it has to be a riot all the time? After this Black Lives riot, I don't believe the LA riot was, you know, solely about the black people. There was the political game too. I'm gonna show you in the next episode. I'm finishing the 10th episode now, and then I'm gonna make one more for the finale, you know, final. So I'm gonna sum up every episode, you know, briefing things, and then I'm gonna tell you why the LA riot wasn't the black things. It was also come from the political driven game. Okay, so I already talked a lot, so I have to move on. But I found very interesting things because I found this very, very exactly same case in 2,000 years ago. 2,000 years ago, about 2,000 years ago, what happened? Here, I'm gonna show you. About 2,000 years ago, we have Jesus Christ. Let me tell you, it's exactly same what happened in nowadays. It's kind of very interesting, right? A lot of black people, they go to the church and doing the, you know, chanting or whatever, you know, the singing, you know, but usually they don't read the Bible that much. They don't want to investigate it. What really happened to the Jesus Christ? They all saying about the Jesus love. But in the beginning, I show you okay, for a second, I show you this picture right here. The true love is found from the understanding. And then it said Buddha. But I said I don't think Buddha said the true love, you know, in the thousands of years ago. The word love is kind of big different, you know, misunderstanding each other, the translation, whatever. And then I put the true peace is found from understanding, right? You're going to remember this. And then what I'm saying is Jesus love. What they're saying in Jesus love, I don't think that Jesus say the love and love like nowadays meaning. I think it's totally different meaning though in the back then, 2,000 years ago. I don't think Jesus want any, you know, people is love each other things. I think Jesus just want someone understanding what he's talking about in back then, 2,000 years ago. Looks like back then, 2,000 years ago, nobody understanding what the Jesus talking about. Anyway, so if you look at the board, there's the old time they call the church government. I put the church government because the church was the government back then. They collect the tax. So church government, so the Jesus Christ is like big threat to them. Looks like whatever Jesus Christ is saying is bothering the church government. So what they did, we have to get rid of this, young fella. So they make the gossip. The Jesus Christ said, I'm the Son of God. And then, I don't think paying the tax is right. That's a big threat for the church government. So church government made the gossip between the people. You know what? He's saying he's the king. He said he's the king, and then he's the Son of God, and then he has more power than the priest. And then the all sort kind of, the saying to make the people angry. So they made the angry crowd. Some of the angry crowd is Jewish. It's very interesting part in this part, angry crowd. There's always, people misunderstanding. If you look at the era, it's always misunderstanding people is getting angry because they're misunderstanding. So the Jesus went to the trial. Jesus went to the trial. It was very interesting part. 2,000 years ago, this Roman people, they have the judicial system. It's very advanced. I'm really admired about back then. They put him on the trial. In 2,000 years ago, they didn't give him any assassination. And they didn't give anything. It's kind of interesting to me. But he went to the trial. But what is that trial? It's nothing. This all made up trial. It's already made up. They're going to hang him to the cross. And then what he got? He got guilty. He got guilty. And then this is very interesting part. He carried the, cross over the hill with all those, worse, situation going on. There's the people that time who ate miracle fish from the Jesus Christ. None of them stand up for him. None of them show up to, he made a miracle fish and we ate it. Nobody's saying it. People duck down. Because people are afraid about this angry crowd and the authority. People duck down. Even those very famous, the follower of the Jesus, Christ, one of them, they deny the Jesus Christ 3 times before the rooster, cried, whatever the story. My point is, it's exactly same. I want you to look at this board one more time. Here, the board, here. If you look at it, it's 2,000 years ago and 21st century now. There's a Jesus Christ, he is innocent. The policeman is innocent. There was the church government and then political power game. They're using the gossip, they're using the media, and they make the angry crowd. They make the angry crowd go to the trial, and then he got guilty. And then people duck down. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it. And then if you look at the Jesus Christ, it's more interesting part is the people who ate the miracle fish, thousands of people, where they are. Where they are when the Jesus Christ, carrying the, cross over the hill, they were gone. There's no one person who carried the cross for him. He's nothing related to who ate the Jesus, miracle fish. Not only the fish, there's some miracle food that he fed them. Thousands of people, And then he did the teaching, and then he showed the miracle healing, and then he walking the water. Those people who saw it, where they are. They are all not stand up at all. So when you look at the 2,000 years ago about the Jesus Christ, I understand church government because actually Jesus Christ was much bigger threat than this innocent policeman. Do you know why? Because Jesus Christ said, don't pay tax. Because Jesus Christ saw it. This church government do all sorts of kind of bad thing. Not giving those tax money to benefit the bottom feeder taxpayer. So he was against paying the tax. And then he doesn't want them to do any business, selling the God. And then, he was much threat. And then this policeman is not even the threat. He's nothing. But still, the political power, they want to use him to gain those 4 year of prisoners, the position. 4 year of the political power they did. Back then, 2,000 years ago, church government, it's kind of big power. So they have to, save their power from this, stirring up the, young fella. So they have to kill him. But it's actually same 2,000 years ago in 21st century. And then when you look at the 21st century, the policeman, when you look at the trial, not only the juror there, there's the people, the judge, and then prosecutor, and defense lawyer. Nobody did the right work. They couldn't do the right work because of the media stirring up and then using the angry crowd. I'm going to show you in 2,000 years ago to the same trial. Let me show you same trial. And then whatever, happened this 21st century now, if they don't fix it, if they don't revoke the, verdict, this 21st century, we're going to go to the 31st century or 41st century, and then they're going to remember. Not that much far away, even though, in 10 years later. They're going to all remember who is the judge, who is the prosecutor, who is the juror. Everything will be in history. So you have to make up your mind. You have to make the things right. And then let me show you about 2,000 years ago what happened. Okay, so in the 2,000 years ago, about the trial, I like to tell you about their name. Nowadays, 21st century, I'm not good with the name though, so I don't know this policeman trial, who was the judge or who was the prosecutor, things. I know the defense lawyer, but I don't want to talk about the names in this, nowadays in YouTube, because sometimes it affects them. So I'm not going to say any name, but I can say 2,000 years ago, the name. So if you look at it, I prepared this one. The first, there was a Marcus Pontius Pilatus. He was the Roman governor of Judea. And then there was the emperor, Tiberius, presided the trial of Jesus and gave the order of crucifixion. And then there's one more person here. When you look at it, Joseph, sorry about my writing, I was a little in a hurry. K-A-P-A-S, I don't know, Western name is so difficult to me. And he's the high priest. And then he's the one rushed and rigged Jesus' trial. So it's the same thing happened 2,000 years ago, like this policeman. There was the judge who ordered the crucifixion no matter what. And then there's some governor, who is the Minneapolis governor like that. He's the one, the Marcus Pontius Pilatus, he said, I don't think Jesus Christ is guilty, but the angry crowd, if they want it, it's not my hand, it's not my fault. And then he gave the trial order, whatever, and then back then he washed his hand. That's the story, right? Even though he said that Jesus Christ did, anything wrong, he let it happen. And then this one, Joseph, whatever, this high priest, he's the one that hanged Jesus. The order, the emperor gave it, but actually he's the one. He was the king back then, because the church was the government and priest was the king. They usually controlled the king, because church was everything back then. So it's the same thing happened 2,000 years ago. And then this point, I have to bring up about what I was talking about, the other one. Hold on a second. Okay, I want to bring back this one. 30 years ago, we let the guilty O.J. Simpson got innocence and walk out. And then now we have innocent policemen got guilty and then got locked up. And then what happened is, if you let the criminal go, what the criminal is doing, usually making another criminal end up jail again, or end up dying, whatever they're doing it. They're not making that much damage. Then when you accuse the innocent person and locked up in the jail, it's less damaging. Let me say, what happened after they hanged the Jesus Christ? This Jesus Christ was the innocent man, innocent young fella, and they hang him to in the cross. And then what happened after that? After that, I don't know how many years later, something starts stirring up. And then Europe goes to the war after war after war after war. The fighting never stopped. After they hanged Jesus Christ, I think they're still fighting nowadays. That kind of damage you're gonna bring in if you hang the innocent man to the, hang the cross. That's what I wanna say, So when you look at this policeman, we didn't go that far. One of the episodes in the back then, I cannot remember which episode I was talking about, but there was the story about, the Oscar nominee, one of the year, I don't remember which year, but they announced the wrong picture as a best picture. So actually they announced the best picture is La La Land. So the La La Land, all those, the staff and then actors, everybody got into the stage and they are celebrating about they got the best picture. But one person said, oh, wait a second. It's not the La La Land. It's the Moonlight. It's the Moonlight was the one who got the, best picture. And someone say that, And then everybody said that moment, oh yeah, right. And then they fix it. So what I'm talking about, we didn't go that far. We just got the verdict this year. We still have a chance to turn over, make the things right. Eric Gardner was total criminal. He died in the line of criminal activity, and he died resisting police arrest. That's the end of the story. And George Floyd also the same. If he didn't resist, if he just, calmed down, but he couldn't calm down because he shoved up some fentanyl, and then he's not in his mind. And then I'm gonna tell you, one time I did the internship in the psychiatric unit. Whoever has out of their mind, you cannot control them. You have to contain them to make themselves safe, and then make them not harm other people. So whatever the police did, it was right action though. So this is the oh, one more thing. Back then, 2,000 years ago, they used the angry crowd. As you see, this the governor was the Marcus Pontius Pilatus is the Roman governor over Judea. It's like he's the one who ruled the, Jewish people. I think so, but I don't know. Anyway, my point is, this angry crowd and the hanged, Jesus Christ was the Jewish people. So in the Europe, since 2,000 years ago, after Jesus Christ died, by the cross, there was the things going on with they hate the Jewish people, because some of them, they believe Jewish people killed Jesus Christ and hang him to the cross. But that's a big misunderstanding. That's a 2,000 years misunderstanding. I can find out. Because when I was in Korea, I told you I did a mission school 9 years. And then when I read the Bible, they saying Jewish people hanged Jesus Christ, right? But they never say about Jesus Christ is Jewish. Jesus Christ was Jewish. His parents was Jewish, Maria, Joseph, Jewish, and his brothers and sisters, they all Jewish. And all relative was Jewish, it's Jewish community. So hang him, yeah, the Jewish people did, but it's nothing to do with, you don't have to hate the Jewish people. It's just almost like inter-community thing happened. There's nothing to do with hating the Jewish people, but they did almost 2,000 years. They hate the Jewish people because they think they are the angry crowd, and then they hang him to the cross. That's a big misunderstanding. I want to correct if I can, And then now, 21st century, who is the angry crowd? Black people. Black people is angry crowd. Black Lives Matter, riot, and everything. The black people is raised up. That's not right. The black people is good people. They are working hard, and then they are very honest, good citizen. Let me tell you, Korean people, we have criminal. We do. You don't think the French people doesn't have criminal? They do. And Italian, they have criminal too. Everybody has criminal. So, don't attach your skin color for the criminal. George Floyd is criminal. before he is the black. Even that, when I look at the George Floyd's skin color when he's down, I see the brown color. Who knows if they said that his gene, he's not even 100% African. So it's nonsense. We're talking about the skin color and then talking about the, this color thing. The black people, you just got played. Like 2,000 years ago, I don't think 2,000 years ago, who is that? The priest? I don't think he was Jewish, And then look at this. Marcus pointed, he's not Jewish. Roman governor. I don't think emperor was Jewish. No, none of them. But they are the one who hanged the Jesus Christ. Nothing to do with the Jewish people. Actually, Roman people, they're the one who hanged the, Jesus Christ. Because they're afraid about their power. They're afraid of, they're losing the power. They cannot control the Jewish people. They're afraid. So there's a big misunderstanding. I found it in 2,000 years later. And then, it's Jewish people, it's nothing to do with, hanging the Jesus Christ. Whoever killed the Jesus Christ, these three people killed the, Jesus Christ, Joseph, whatever, and then Marcus, whatever, and Emperor, whatever. They're the one who did everything. And then the people who dug down, I think they got, conscious later, I don't know how many years later. And then they rebelled up. But whatever, they already hanged Jesus Christ and too many years gone by. So what? Now and here? You have to be now and here. If it became the history, there's no point. There is no point. And then I told you about this policeman. We didn't go that far. We can still fix it. Revoke the verdict and then get the totally, new point of view. I found one of the, the drama. Whatever, you can prove in this innocent policeman is you have to use the physicist and the medical doctor, and then you can use the Eastern medicine doctor, you can use it. And if you need it, you have to exhume the body back and do another autopsy. From the autopsy, I don't think there's any distress sign in his, George Floyd's body. So I want to call scientifically irrefutable evidence. This policeman is innocent. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here for the episode 10. And then I'm going to prepare another one for the finale. For the next episode is the final. So it's all done. Okay? Thank you for watching.